In your family, there is a woman with long, dark hair and a round face who holds a lot of anger, resentment, and envy towards you. Today I am going to tell you more about her initial, her zodiac sign, and what she looks like. We are going to discover who this person is, who does not want to see you happy or successful if this message reached you. It is no coincidence. There is a reason why you are seeing it now. This woman's energy is very clear. She is someone who likes to wear eye-catching jewelry and clothes that stand out. She loves to change her hair color and always has accessories on her hands, like rings or long nails, sometimes fake. Her gaze is strong and can make you feel uncomfortable because it transmits negative energy. This message speaks of a person within your family, someone with whom you may have a cold or distant relationship. Perhaps you already suspected who it is, but today I will give you more details. Keep what you feel applies to you and forget what doesn't. Coincidences do not exist. Everything happens for a reason. This woman brought something to your house. Throw that object away as soon as possible. Do not hesitate or think twice, because since it entered your house, you began to feel how things complicated from one moment to the next. That object is not normal. It is charged with a very strong negative energy and was placed in your hands with a dark purpose, to harm you and block you in two very important areas of your life. Today, I am going to reveal what it has been provoking against you, how it has done it, and where exactly it is located, so that you have the necessary clarity and can remove it from your life. Without further delay, as soon as this message ends, get up, look for it, and get rid of it, because it should not remain in your home for one more minute. That object arrived as a gift, something that seemed harmless, but since you received it, the negative changes began. It was not chance. It was not coincidence. From that moment on, darkness began to enter your life, and little by little, you realized that something was not right. Listen to me carefully because God showed me that this message is specific. Although it reaches thousands of people, it is destined for you. And if you are seeing it now, it is not by accident. I want to confirm something for you. If you click on the WhatsApp arrow, the first person who appears is a woman. That is the sign that heaven is sending you, so that you know this message is truly for you. Afterward, write your name in the comments, because I want to pray directly for you, so that you may be free from this burden. Now I am going to reveal the two areas that have been most affected. The first is your health. Have you felt discomfort, strange tiredness, unexplained pains, situations that doctors may not have been able to fully clarify? And in the depths of your heart, you know that it is not just something physical, but spiritual. All this began right after that object entered your house, and it is clear evidence that this energy was directed against you. The second area that is being attacked is your economy. Have you noticed how suddenly everything stagnates? How projects do not advance? How money disappears without explanation, and it seems that no matter how hard you work, nothing prospers? This is not normal. What is happening is that the energy of that object opened a door for scarcity and blockages to enter your life. But I want to tell you something with all certainty, that evil will not have the last word, because today you receive this revelation, so that you can take action and eliminate it from your home. That object is in a drawer inside your furniture. You kept it, thinking it was just any small gift, but the person who gave it to you did so with bad intentions. It was not a simple gift. It was a channel to introduce negativity into your space and extinguish the light that God had already placed in your life. That is why right now you must go to that drawer and take that object out. Do not keep it. Do not look at it with affection again, because it did not come with love, but with spiritual poison. Take it out of your house and eliminate it permanently. When you do, you will feel a change. You will feel a burden break, and your environment will begin to clear. God showed me that it is a command that you take it out as soon as possible, because only then will that door that evil tried to open be closed. Do it today, not tomorrow, because every minute that object remains in your home, it continues to steal your peace, health, and blessings. And remember, put your name in the comments, because I want to intercede for you in prayer so that you receive the liberation you so desperately need in your life and in your family. Beside your bed, there is someone who watches you every night, and it is not something physical. It is spiritual. That is why God sent me today to talk to you, to tell you something very serious and very important. The Lord showed me that between today and tomorrow, exactly at midnight, a movement will occur in the heavens in your favor. In the next 24 hours, God will begin to work in your life in a different way, in a way you have never seen before. An angel is already in your room, beside your bed, waiting for a single command from God to act. That angel was sent a week ago, with a clear mission: to care for you, protect you, and deliver you from a spiritual battle that is trying to reach you. God is revealing this to you now because He wants you to be prepared, because He knows you have gone through moments of tiredness, confusion, and attacks that have no logical explanation. Perhaps you have felt it in dreams, on nights when it was hard to rest, or in thoughts that would not leave you in peace. That angel has been there watching over you, and tonight it will receive a divine order that will change your story. But first, I must confirm if this message is really for you. God told me that this message has a name and surname. Although it reaches thousands, it is directed at only one. To confirm, click now on the WhatsApp arrow and look at the first person who appears. If it is a woman, that is the sign you were waiting for. The proof that this message comes from heaven and is for you. Then, write your name in the comments, because I need to mention you in prayer, to ask God for that angel to fulfill the mission of setting you completely free. Our Almighty God has placed this angel by your side because He has already decided it is time to break the curse that weighed upon you. A spiritual chain has been affecting 3 areas of your life: your love life, your spiritual life, and your economy. Have you noticed the setbacks, the blockages, the closed doors, and even the tears you have shed without understanding why? But listen with faith. This midnight, that angel will receive God's command and will begin to undo every curse that was binding you. When that moment comes, close your eyes, open your heart, and receive God's presence in silence. He is going to work. He is going to honor you. He is going to bless you in a way that will surprise even the people who did not believe. God is going to lift you up in your love life, returning what seemed lost. In your spiritual life, He will give you new strength, clarity, and peace. And in your economy, He will open paths that seemed impossible, bringing abundance and stability. Write Amen in the comments, because that word of faith will activate what heaven has already decreed over you. And do not keep this message only for yourself. Share it with at least 2 people in your family, because they also need the protection of the angel of the Lord. Tonight is not just any night. Tonight is your night of liberation. That woman from your family, moved by envy and resentment, took your photo and brought it to a sorcerer with the intention of harming you. But what she never imagined is that this same sorcerer, upon seeing your face, felt something they rarely experience: compassion. He could perceive your essence, your goodness, and your light. And he understood that what they were trying to do to you was unjust. From that moment on, although he received the hate-stained coins they gave him, his conscience began to weigh on him. Your enemies insisted time and time again. They sought to make you fall under witchcraft day after day. They wanted to see you defeated without strength, and above all, without hope. But you are about to defeat them because what comes from heaven cannot be extinguished by darkness. Those envious relatives have closed many doors for you, pushing away the abundance, true love, and work opportunities you deserved. They have placed stones in your path, silently mocking every stumble you took. They claim that what you have is not the fruit of effort, that you hadn't done enough to achieve what you have, without understanding that behind every achievement, there were sleepless nights, tears, and sacrifices that no one saw. Envy consumes them because they cannot stand to see you standing when they expected to see you fall. The sorcerer saw it clearly. He knew you were not as they said, that you were not guilty of anything, that what surrounds you is a clean energy, protected by God. He himself decided to betray those who hired him. He understood there was something special about you, that your mission in life is greater than they can comprehend. The envious women who sought him out do not know that their own actions have turned against them. Their attacks were so many that they wanted to break your mind, to make you feel lost, confused, without direction. But they did not succeed. And what they don't know is that every attempt to harm you becomes strength for you. It is time for you to set boundaries and not allow them to continue mocking you or interfering with your peace. Time will show who you really are. They will see with their own eyes how you triumph, how everything they took from you returns multiplied, how the universe sides with you to give you back what belongs to you. You will shine so brightly that they will not even be able to bear looking at you, because their envy will be laid bare before the light of your victory. That sorcerer, in an unexpected act, used the same coins they gave him with hate to buy sacred herbs, light candles, and prepare an offering to cleanse the paths they tried to close. It was a silent but powerful act. In secret, he decided to free you from the burden they wanted to place on you. He did it knowing it could bring him trouble, but he did not want to be an accomplice to so much evil. With those herbs, he prepared a work of protection for you, a spiritual cloak that covers you. At this moment, that offering has become a wall of light between you and your enemies, and that is why, even if they try, they will no longer be able to stop your destiny. The sorcerer, who knew very old secrets kept for generations, decided to use that knowledge to help you. One night, in silence, he lit several candles and began a ritual that no one else witnessed. Every word he spoke had a purpose, to break the witchcraft they had cast against you. As he spoke, the air seemed to move with force, and every lit flame carried your name, your light, your protection. With every gust of wind, the bonds that had been imposed on you began to break. What your enemies did not know was that all the hate they were sending was returning to them. The sorcerer made an invisible mirror. That darkness that was trying to reach you was returned to its true owners, and little by little, they would begin to feel in their own skin what they desired for you. Karma was already in motion, just as divine law dictates. Everything you sow, you reap. In your life, clear signs began to appear that something had changed. That heavy burden you felt in your chest, that sadness without reason, began to disappear. You realized you were sleeping better, that your mind was calmer, and that the anguish that accompanied you was fading away. The doors that seemed closed began to open on their own. An unexpected call, an opportunity that seemed lost, a person who returned to help you. All of it was confirmation that your paths were being liberated. Your face also changed. That joy you thought you had lost shone in your eyes again. Your steps felt firmer, your spirits stronger, and hope returned to your heart. All this was happening while the sorcerer, without you knowing, fulfilled his mission in silence, expecting nothing from you, moved only by spiritual justice. At the same time, those who had wanted to harm you began to see their own plans fall apart one by one. What they built with deceit and envy began to crumble. Economic problems, family arguments, and sudden illnesses came into their lives. It was no coincidence. It was the consequence of what they themselves had provoked. Evil cannot last forever. It always returns to its origin. When the sorcerer finished his work, he knew that nothing could stop you anymore. Before leaving, he raised his hands to the sky and whispered a final blessing. May nothing and no one interrupt her destiny again. His words remained floating in the air, reaching you like an invisible caress, sealing the protection you needed. Now, the rest depends on you. Keep your heart clean, guard your thoughts, and surround yourself only with people who bring you peace and love. Do not let envy touch your life again. The universe has already spoken and decided to place you on high. This is your moment to shine like never before, because what was closed has now opened, and what they tried to take from you is returning multiplied. The witches began to experience firsthand the weight of their evil actions. They woke up in the morning with unexplained pains, as if their bodies had fought a battle during the night. Their strength was weakening. They felt a fatigue that consumed them from within, and although they noticed it, they could not understand what was happening. Instead of stopping, the resentment within them grew more and more. They could not accept that despite everything they had done against you, you continued to stand, moving forward, and smiling. Seeing that life was not knocking you down filled them with frustration. With that desperation, they looked for signs that their evil was working. They began to approach you with falsehood, sending messages with soft words. "Good morning, how are you?" they wrote, feigning interest. But you knew the truth. Behind those phrases, they hid poison, malicious curiosity, a desire to confirm if you were defeated. They wanted to read tiredness, sadness, or defeat in your replies, but you did not give them the satisfaction. You responded with short, neutral phrases, without showing your emotions or giving them space to manipulate you. That was your best defense, not falling into their game. Every word of yours was a wall that kept them away, and they felt it. Meanwhile, the sorcerer continued to do his part from the shadows. He had created a shield so strong that none of their witchcraft could penetrate it. It was a circle of protection that covered your entire life, sealed with spiritual strength. That is why they were now the ones beginning to receive the blows of the negative energy they had launched against you. What they sent returned with the same intensity. And now they were the ones suffering nights of insomnia, arguments, losses, and illness. They never imagined that evil would return to them with such force. They thought they were in control, but they did not know that divine justice always acts. What they wanted to see in you, they now experienced in their own lives. This is the moment when you must declare with faith, "I will fight for my blessing." Write those words in the comments because God wants to confirm to you that soon, that woman who has been rising up against you will fall. She will be removed from your path, and then your life will begin to flow with freedom. A dark cycle is closing, and a new one is opening for you, full of light, opportunities, and true love. Be honest with yourself. You have felt pain and sadness, especially in your love life, because there is a romantic connection that seemed to be stalled. But heaven tells you that everything that was stopped will move. Watch your surroundings, because there are people who send others to watch you, to spy on you, to spread lies. Among them, there is one woman in particular who cannot stand your light. She speaks ill of you and poisons others with her words. Do not worry, because that woman is suffering in silence. Her fall has already begun. She who used the moon, who knelt at altars to work against you, will be defeated. Her rituals will turn against her, and she will be trapped in her own spiritual trap. She wanted to see you without money, without love, and without joy, but destiny will teach her a lesson. This year, your gifts and talents will be activated with more strength. Divine justice will make those who harmed you receive their payment. Meanwhile, you will receive a great blessing. Make a wish now with faith, because the universe is open to grant it to you very soon. That woman who wanted to see you stuck will be a witness to how you shine and how your paths fill with light and abundance. They want to block your paths because they know you are a blessed person, someone who has always been under God's hand and surrounded by the protection of angels. That is the reason they attack you so much, because they recognize that you have a special light that they can never have. And they don't just seek to stop you in your spiritual or economic life. They have also tried to affect your love life. Have you noticed how a man close to you, someone you care about, has been cold and distant in recent weeks? That attitude does not come from nowhere. It is part of the attacks that this envious woman has launched. She does not want you to have love or stability. She cannot stand to see you happy or with a partner. She believes you do not deserve what you have achieved, nor the affection you receive from your special person. Deep down, what bothers her most is that you have always had something that neither her money nor her tricks can buy: divine favor. That envious woman knows that God has your back, that angels walk with you, and that nothing they try can destroy what is already written for you. But she does not act alone. Behind her is a group of people who are jealous of your position, your effort, your light, and the blessings you receive. They talk behind your back, invent stories, and do everything possible to stop your path. However, no matter how much they try, divine justice is already acting. The sorcerer, seeing how those women continued in their wickedness, understood that it was time to close this cycle once and for all. He prepared a final ritual, stronger and more powerful than all the previous ones, one that would seal your protection permanently and return every bad intention to those who had sent it. That night, under a star-filled sky, he lit a sacred fire. He placed symbols, objects, and remnants of dark works they had used against you. As the flames grew, he pronounced firm words, invoking the justice of heaven and asking for balance in everything that was out of place. Every lit candle was a door opening for you. Every spark from the fire represented a blessing that was returning to your life. Meanwhile, far from you, those women began to feel the impact of their own actions. Their personal relationships crumbled. Arguments grew in their homes. Their plans stalled without explanation. Emptiness began to surround them, and desperation became part of their days. But the hardest part for them was that instead of finding satisfaction, all they had was frustration. Their obsession with you grew so much that all they did was spy on you, watch your steps, invent rumors, and still, what they saw was your strength, your progress, your smile. That was their greatest punishment, to confirm that they could not stop you, that while they were sinking, you were flourishing. On the other hand, in your life, things began to happen that seemed like miracles. A job opportunity you had given up for lost returned to you, giving you hope and motivation. People who had drifted away returned with good intentions, offering you sincere support. That project you had abandoned for lack of resources began to take shape, as if the entire universe was conspiring for you to move forward. Every day was a clear sign that you were entering a new stage, cleaner, more prosperous, and full of light. The sorcerer, satisfied with his work, understood that the worst was behind you. But he also knew that now was your time to take the reins and move forward, because destiny had opened the paths that were previously closed. Lately, you have been surrounded by a lot of envy and bad intentions. You feel it in your heart, you notice it in the environment, and even in the attitudes of some people who claim to love you but who actually hide a dark face. By day, they appear smiling, kind, and even feign affection, but at night, they show their true face, like demons who enjoy your pain. They have used your tears as food for their bad intentions, and feel no remorse for the harm they have tried to cause you. There is someone in particular who has been constant in their hatred, a person who does not rest and who has moved negative energies against you, just because they cannot stand the light you radiate or the blessings heaven has given you. This person has gone so far as to resort to witchcraft in cemeteries, using your photos and rituals that invoke death itself. Their hatred is so great that they recognize no limits. They believe you deserve nothing of what you have, that your happiness is unfair, and that the light that shines in you should be extinguished. But what they ignore is that no one can put out what God has already lit. The most painful part is that it is not a stranger or someone distant, but someone within your own family circle. She is a snake in disguise, a person who presents herself as trustworthy, noble, and even affectionate. But inside, she only holds poison, rancor, and envy. To others, she pretends to be good. But in secret, she gloats over your setbacks, invents stories, and hurls malicious words to destroy your name. That is why this message is key for you. You must protect yourself, cleanse your path, and not allow that person to continue having space in your life. Write with faith. If God is with me, who can be against me? That declaration is a powerful shield, a reminder that no dark force can defeat you because you are under the grace and protection of heaven. Those shadows that for so long tried to cover your life are already beginning to fade. What seemed eternal is coming to an end. And although you still feel the echo of that energy, little by little, everything is breaking. The light of God is entering your home, your mind, and your heart, cleansing what was stained by envy. In your family, there is someone who has secretly sown comments full of venom, envy disguised as jokes, criticisms that sought to break your confidence. She changes her attitude as it suits her. With some, she is friendly. With you, she shows contempt. And in front of others, she feigns nobility. She has gone so far as to speak ill of you at family gatherings, saying you don't deserve what you have, and using words that hurt, even resorting to dark energies to try to stop you. And she did not do it alone. She dragged others along, spreading her venom, inviting more people to think ill of you and join her plans. But what they do not know is that the angels have always been by your side, covering you with their wings, protecting you in every attack. Although you cried, although you felt your strength running out, you were never alone. Heaven always fought with you and for you. You have closed cycles with that person, and with those who shared her same negative energy. They may still try to approach you, feigning interest or affection, but they no longer have power over you. They tried to play with your mind, to make you doubt your worth. They even used images of you to reinforce their evil deeds. They wanted to see you on the ground, without hope, without love, without light. But they failed, because what is yours, no one can take from you. God has already decreed blessings over your life. Your destiny is full of love, abundance, and success. And although they tried to block it, all of it will return multiplied. The paths they closed with traps will now open with more strength. The tears you shed will turn into joy, and the same ones who conspire against you today will be witnesses to how you flourish before their eyes. Do not stop out of fear or doubt. Stay firm. Pray with faith and declare every day that nothing and no one can stop what God has already prepared for you. Remember, what is for you will come, even if the whole world tries to prevent it. Divine justice is already moving, and very soon, you will see how everything they wanted to take from you returns to your life in the most unexpected way. Now is your moment. It is time to protect your heart, surround yourself with people who add value, and distance yourself from the masks that try to deceive you. That pain you live through will become your greatest strength. That envy they tried to sow against you will be the sign that your light is too strong. And that person with a dark heart, even if she screams, even if she tries, will not be able to stop what heaven has already decided. That your life shines, that your paths open, and that your blessings arrive without measure. You have come this far because God wants to show you the last part of this message, the most important one. The one that confirms that nothing and no one can stop what is already destined for you. Heaven reveals to me that the battle you have been fighting for so long is coming to an end. The attacks, the envy, the betrayals, and the dark energies that tried to stop you are being disarmed. Everything that seemed impossible is beginning to move, and the chains that bound you are breaking one by one. The person in your family who has tried to cause you so much harm no longer has power over you. That mask of nobility and affection she wears in front of others is falling. Very soon, her true face will be exposed. That fake smile she showed in public will be erased when divine justice falls upon her life. She thought the truth would never be known, that she could continue acting in secret without consequences. But the time of revelation has arrived. What she did in secret, what she whispered, what she tried to move against you, will come to light. I want you to understand something very important. Your life never depended on that person's opinion, nor on the witchcraft attempts they made against you. You were always under the protection of God and the angels. If you did not fall, if you did not lose everything, if you are still standing despite so many attacks, it is because heaven itself sustained you. You are a chosen soul, and that is why they tried to tear you down with such force. But what they did not know is that the harder they attacked, the firmer your spirit became. The sorcerer, who was once an accomplice to their acts, has now sealed your protection. He, who knew the power of the occult, decided to side with you and permanently close the doors they had tried to open against you. Thanks to that act, the curses that surrounded you were broken, the energies that blocked you dissipated like smoke, and the paths that seemed closed began to open again. Now you are entering a time where everything you had lost is beginning to return. Peace, abundance, love, and opportunities you thought were impossible. But heaven also gives you a warning. Do not lower your guard again. That person, although weakened, will keep trying, because her heart is full of hatred and envy. She will not rest until she sees if she can harm you again. That is why it is important that you keep your faith high, that you pray, that you declare firmly every day, "If God is with me, no one can be against me." That phrase is a wall. It is a shield. It is the confirmation that you do not walk alone. Divine justice is already in motion. Those who mocked your pain will now feel the weight of their actions in their own lives. The woman who spoke so much about you, who took your photo to dark places, who tried to block you with rituals, will be trapped by the same webs she wove. What she desired for you will fall upon her. Her circle of falsehood will break, and those who once believed her will realize who she really is. You will not have to defend yourself. You will not have to dirty your hands because heaven will do it for you. In your life, instead, everything is renewed. Love will knock on your door again, and this time it will be true, clean, and lasting. That person who was cold and distant, influenced by evil, will have to recognize your value. God will move hearts, and what seemed broken will find a new beginning.